mon ami, ça va?
Hello friends, Manalmon is here bringing you this Gambit complete guide video. After watching this, you won't be needing any other guide video regarding Gambit because everything is covered in this video, from skills, build item, tactic, power core, and also including some special skill tips like which are not written in the skills, obviously, which I always give whenever I make my hero guide video. So let's get to this video with the Gambit passive. So Gambit passive is that whenever he uses any of his skills, he gets next 3 basic attack as the enhanced basic attack that are going to deal additional physical attack on the enemy, and for that time period he is going to get an extra 30% increase in the attack speed bonus. As you can see here, I'm using all of my skills and I'm getting that extra additional attack bonus and as well as that attack speed. And to confirm it, you can see it on my wound tactic above. There is a cooldown that is going on. This is for the every basic attack he deals. I mean, for the enhanced basic attack, this is the cooldown. Now for his first skill, his skill 1, its specifies that he is going to stack cards. As you can see on his head, he is stacking the card, and he already has 1 card and the max limit is 14 card, that is going up to the ace. So numbering starts from 2 to 10, then is J, Q and K, and finally is the ace, that is A. So that's, and the more card he has, the more stack he has, the more cards he is going to throw. So the stack is mainly starting with if you see here, if the stack is going to be from the basic attack only, but if you attack any of the jungle monster, it won't stack. But if you use any of your skills, then the next 3 basic attack, you get that enhanced basic attack. They are going to give you 1 stack by attacking any of the minions or jungle monster. So if you want to stack multiple times, you can also attack, like use any of your skills, then attack the jungle monster or minions to increase your stack. And on the hero, it is going to give you +2, as you can see, the 3, 5, then 7. But when you get that enhanced basic attack from his passive, you are going to get 3 + 3 by attacking the enemy hero. So if you use this skill without any stack, that means you will have only 1 card and you are going to throw only that 1 card, and the damage for the card is equal. If the same card strikes this enemy for more times, it is going to deal less damage, and the number of stacks you have, that many cards you are going to throw in that direction. To maximize its damage, you stay near the enemy so that your cards can strike more at the same time on the same enemies. It is very beneficial to use this skill with the max stack in the team fights, attacking multiple enemies at the same time. Now coming on to his skill second, his skill 2 is simply like a AoE damage on multiple enemies, and he's going to throw multiple cards. When they reach the max distance, then they are going to burst, or if hitting the enemy hero. This is again a very good skill in poking enemies because it has a very short cooldown. Now this is the special trick with it. If you throw this card in the bush, you will get to know if there is enemy there or not. If your card doesn't pass through, like if it is going to, like, that burst animation shows in between, that means somebody is hiding in the bush. So now next is skill 3. His skill 3 is one of the blink skills he has. It is again going to deal damage to multiple enemies in the area. If you see here, I cannot deal damage to the nearest enemy that I'm going to pass through, but the farthest enemy, I mean the Star-Lord here, the bot. So how his damage happen is that it is going to deal damage in the area ahead. If you see that light line there, it is going to start dealing damage from that side, and the damage doesn't end with the length of the skill. If you can see here, it is going to deal further damage ahead because the Gambit lands ahead of that animation. If you see here, like I was able to deal damage ahead on the enemies. So now for the Gambit alt, it is very good. It is a kind of a blink skill. You can jump in any certain location, and when he jumps he gets immune to crowd control and all the damages for 1.2 seconds. Now when he jumps he's going to throw 8 cards in different direction that will go outside and then come inside. While this movement of the cards, when they go outside and come inside, the cards is going to deal damage. And the good thing about this is that these 8 cards which he throws, and when they collapse back in the center, they are going to give him +8 stack. This is very good for getting instantly this +8 stack, and if you deal a little bit basic attack, you immediately get to your max stack and deal damage. Now this is how to counter Gambit, is that if you see the yellow light on the Gambit, it is the time interval of when he is immune to crowd control and the damage. So you should avoid that time to deal damage on him, especially the Black Panther alt. You should wait for him to get out of that position. So now let's talk about the skill combos of Gambit. So here the first one is pretty simple. You just have to aim to get that max stack, that is the 14 stack, then use your S1 to deal to deal a lot of damage on enemies, but try to deal damage on multiple enemies. Now this one is the main combo which you have to use your S3 and go inside the enemies, then use your alt to come outside, as you will immediately get the stacks. Then you are going to deal your use your S1 to perform that attack. Here you can see how good it is, but to have it a better combination, already have your stack to a max limit, then use your S1, use your S3, then use your ultimate, then you will again get the stacks back, then use your S1 again. This one is a killer combo to kill all the enemies in the team. Now for the tactics, you can use Leech because Gambit is one of the marksmen who is very good with jungle also. Then Dispel when you see enemies with crowd control, though you don't need Dispel because you already have your ultimate, but your ultimate has a very big cooldown, so Dispel is advisable when you see the enemies have a lot of cooldown. Then Blink, it's your choice because he already has 2 blinks, so if you are playing with carefulness, you can avoid use blink and instead use accelerate. I have used accelerate a lot instead of using blink. Then the best and favorable tactic on Gambit can be paralyze and wound. You should have one of these always because these are very favorable on the head-on fighter type marksman that the Gambit is. And first aid is also advisable, like if you don't want, like if your tank is not having first aid, or maybe like it's your choice, first aid is also advisable, but paralyze and wound, you must have any one of these on your Gambit. Now for the power core, you can use this one, as I use this power core on my all marksmen that I use. It's your choice to use the green one or the red one. I have the second one also, which is with the red one, but the main thing is that the expansion particle that I'm using on this one, it's very important. It works with the passive of the Gambit. So the second power core that I have made, it's with the main red isotope, and the difference you can see here is instead of suspension particle, I'm using the strike particle, mainly because the Gambit is a aggressive type of marksman, so you will be playing a lot of aggressive. Not only that, Gambit has a little bit less range than the other marksmen, so you will be fighting head-on, so if your HP drops below, it is going to work for you. But you can also use the Rend Particle, that is the small red color if you see here. It is very beneficial because you are going to get enemies a lot of low with the burst damage from your S1 and other skills, so it is advisable to use Rend Particle also. Then this restoration module is always helpful. Then if you see in the agility boots, you can use this boots for the extra like movement speed in the fights, or the vitality boots if you don't want that movement speed. So these are the best power core that I can suggest for the Gambit. Now for the build items, I have made 2 build items for the Gambit, and these are very helpful. Ignore the third one as I don't use it. I think it's by default maybe. Mainly I use the first 2 items and I would recommend to use these one. If you see the item set first, it has Valkyrie bow, my attack speed boots, and the sky shadows. These three for the attack speed, and he already has that attack speed bonus from his passive, so further attack speed is not required. You can have any of the 2 attack speed items. Then I think instead of Twilight Blade you can also use God Slayer and Night Sword. Also Night Sword passive is very beneficial to have further enhance his damage from the passive. Plus Night Sword gives you 5% extra cooldown reduction, so it's very beneficial. You can use Twilight Blade also, it's your choice. You just have to increase your physical attack because you already have the attack speed. So now if you see in my second build item that I have made, it is focusing less on the attack speed but more on the cooldown reduction, as I have these 2 items, Stormbreaker and the double daggers, which gives me 15 plus 15 30% cooldown reduction. Mainly it is here, these 2 are mainly here to have less cooldown on my ultimate and my other skill. This build is very good because it also focuses on a lot of physical damage on enemies. And if you see here, normally with how I use this build item is that first I buy the boots or the gun, which cost me 200 gold. Then next I buy the energy core for the EP region because of the multiple skills, and later it is going to be a lot of cooldown reduction. Then I need that EP region because I won't be having the blue buff. That's why I use this energy core to have the extra energy region for myself. But in the end it all depends upon your enemies what they are building, so kindly see the enemies build and build accordingly. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you like this video. If you have any other doubts regarding the Gambit and any other information that I haven't shared in this video, so let me know in the comments. Whoa, you're still waiting here. So here is the bonus tip for you regarding the Gambit. So this tip is how to maximize your stack and always have your stack to the max or whatever limit you have. So what you have to do is always use your skill on the jungle monster or the minions which are near you to have the max stack. You don't have to kill them, just keep them alive, especially this gold coin bird, you can say. So I will upload next video of Gambit gameplay so you can see how to play him in actual match.